Imagine a job with limitless positions and opportunities for employment, job security, and decent pay. While it may seem unrealistic that such a job may exist, I assure you that nursing has all these qualities and more. But oftentimes, people do not want to pursue a career in nursing because of the lengthy process that it takes to get in. I'm here today to explain how to get into a decent nursing program and show that it is truly an obtainable thing. So even though people look at the requirements and think they are unattainable or impossible, it is something that anyone can do with a little effort. Moreover, most of the requirements can be completed in less than 6 months. And of course, people continue to get into nursing programs every semester. So, when first considering whether or not you want to be a nurse, you must evaluate yourself and ask if some of the more gross nursing tasks are something you think you can handle. Next, you need to select a school and review its requirements for entry. I recommend a 2-year school since you will be able to quickly get to work and then potentially finish your 4-year degree while you work. Once you decided whether or not you want to do it, it is time to start knocking out the requirements for entry. Most nursing schools require that you take a basic admission test to gain entry. This test is often the deciding factor of whether you get in or not. The test consists of math, science, and basic reading comprehension. I recommend that you take this test prior to doing anything else. Do not study, just show up and take the test to see where you stand. You can retake the test every 6 months if you do poorly. Taking the test early on in your preparation for school gives you an idea of what you might need to work on and focus on while you're getting everything else together. Many people feel discouraged if they do bad on a test, but you should look at it as a learning opportunity and use it to identify your strengths and weaknesses. Since you have 6 months to get ready the next time around, I assure you will have plenty of time to get a great score. Science is often an area where people struggle on the test. However, after taking all your prerequisite courses, you should be completely prepared for it the second time around. Also, you should spend a lot of time learning the math. There are many books and resources that can help you do so. Math is probably the easiest portion of the test if you know your stuff, and it probably requires the least amount of time to get it down. Realize what mistakes you made and what you can improve upon, and then go back in 6 months, and I'm sure your score will improve by at least 15 points. Mine did, and I have no reason to believe that it wouldn't for anyone else. After taking the test the first time around and identifying your strengths and weaknesses, you are going to have to enroll into college and begin taking your prerequisite courses. A lot of the prerequisite courses seem completely impossible, and it is for this reason that a lot of people probably are turned off by the idea of pursuing nursing. While big words like physiology, psychology, and microbiology may seem overwhelming, once you start taking the classes, you often find that most of the stuff is pretty easily understandable. Don't go into a course thinking you're the only one with doubts or that you are any less qualified than anyone else in the class. While yes, it is true that some may get the material faster than others, it is completely obtainable, and even those who struggle initially still usually end up getting the material as the course progresses. I recommend taking 8-week classes while completing your prerequisites. While it is true that these classes are at a much faster pace, it gives you the opportunity to quickly get done and move on to the next class. This way, you're often done with your class before you have any ideas of self-doubt set in. During your prerequisite courses, you will also need to get certified as a nursing assistant. This can be one of the more difficult tasks in getting ready to apply to nursing school. The great thing about this, however, is that you can take the state test up to 3 times. During your course of study for the state test, make sure to pay close attention to what is considered a critical step, since you cannot miss any of these in order to pass. It is important that you get them down. Most of the material for the CNA course is fairly simple. However, it is often putting it into practice that a lot of people have difficulty with. Practice your skills and watch videos of others doing the same, and you should have no trouble passing the test the first or second time around. And even if you end up failing the first time around, keep in mind that you have multiple opportunities to get it right and that you will most likely get it the next time around. Positivity is key. Maintain a good attitude and you will more than likely be able to achieve success. And keep looking towards your goal and realize that it is attainable. Many people have done it before and there is no reason why you should be any different than that. So to review, you want to take your entrance exam just to see how it is and what you already know, so you can focus on improving the areas that you have trouble with the next time you take it. If you do have to take it next time, you might do great the first time. But go into your prerequisite courses with a positive attitude and try to get them done quickly so that you have no time for self-doubt. And lastly, prepare, pass the state CNA test, and don't get discouraged if you don't pass on the first attempt. So, even though people look at the requirements and think that they are unattainable or impossible, it is something that anyone can do with a little effort. Moreover, most of the requirements can be completed in 6 months, and people continue to gain entry every semester. So keep in mind the job security and flexibility that nursing has to offer, and use whatever else may motivate you to keep going throughout the application process, and you are sure to be successful